G'day, welcome along to Homebrew Wednesday on a Wednesday. Finru Homebrewing here, how you doing? Been a while since I've been able to do a video. Haven't been doing a lot of brewing, done the odd brew here and there. But I've decided the other day, I was reading a book here, Homebrew Beer by Greg Hughes. Very, very good book. And I was just listening to some Jethro Tull on the turntable, and I was just looking at this here, English barley wine, and I was looking at the recipe. I was actually looking at the photo, and I thought, ooh, that actually looks quite enticing, if you like. And I thought to myself, well, what will I do? Will I give that a go? Or then I thought, I'd love to give it a go. Very small mash tun, unfortunately, so I can only really get 5.5 kg of grains into my mash tun. So I thought, well, how am I going to do this? I'll probably do it in about 3 stages. So I've done one stage here. I've got the bottle here that's been 4 weeks conditioning, so it's very new. I'll just run through some specs with you. I didn't stick to this recipe a wee bit. So what I thought I'd do is I just made a quick recipe up of 5 kg of ale malt. No, 5 kg of pale malt, 2.5 grams, 250 grams of dark crystal, and 200 grams of wheat malt. So I thought that's what I'll put in. I'll just, when I mash it and mash out, the mash tun was chock-a-block, and then I just dump the whole lot out, put it in the kettle, and began a 80-minute boil. A wee bit of a hiss there. So I'll tell you what it is. It's actually what I'm heading for is a barley wine, English barley wine. But what I've made here is a double IPA because I just wanted to see how much alcohol I could get out of one drop from the mash tun into the boil kettle. So we pour it, get quite aggressive on it because it hasn't been in the bottle for very long. All right. So what I got was, now that's chill haze. That you see that is chill haze. Whether that'll drop out after a few months, maybe not. But when it's at room temperature, it's very clear, beautiful colour clear. However, I put a Wearfock tablet in it, but anyway, it's experimental stage. That actually looks, the head retention is quite good, isn't it? So I used 2 packs of USO5 and I did a starter. I managed to get 11 litres after the boil, and this beer came in at 8.9% ABV. I laced it with Moteri and keep thinking of that salmon. Not sockeye hops, yeah, Chinook hops, and I laced them right through. Put quite a few in there. Hence and I used it, and I did it because I've got I had those hops and I wanted to use them up. So the plan is for the next brew is I'm going to actually sparge my grains. So if you're following this, I didn't do any sparging at all. I just dumped the whole emptied the mash tun out after the mash, and that's what I got, 11 litres. But I had to empty when I finished the boil. I actually had to empty the whole lot, even the cold break and the hop debris. That all went into my fermenter because I wanted to bring it up to 11. I thought it's only going to be about 9. I thought, but so I threw it all, and that I don't think it's got much to do with the haze, although it may do. So as I say, I used two packs of O5, and I use O5 because it's my yeast and I don't have any problems with it, right? And I'll probably even use it in the English barley wine. So next time when I brew it, for the next brew, it's probably going to be, will be different hops, but I'm going to sparge about 6 litres over it. So I'll end up after the boil being about 16 litres. About 16 litres, and I'll just see where my ABV is there, and I'll brew it and taste it. and hopefully I won't have to put all the cold break into the fermenter. I'm not going to leave that much in the bottom like I usually do. Smells great. Smells really good. I can smell those Chinook hops. So that is that. And then on the third brew, um, I'm going to decide how much obviously going to have to add. I'm going to be sparging again, so the ABV is going to be down. So I would probably think about putting in 1.5 kg of light malt extract, dry extract, and maybe some brown sugar, which is actually quite traditional in an English barley wine. I want to see if I can make about 14 or 15 litres at 10% and use English hops. But I just have to see what my equipment will do. So there we have it. So I bottled it all and just put a teaspoon of sugar in. You see the head sticking around quite well. I'll turn that around so you can see it. Very, very happy. I'm recording on my computer at the moment. I'm not in the garage, obviously, because it's too bloody cold here. So let's just have a... So I can't really smell any malt, although obviously it's there. The Chinook hops are coming through beautiful. So let's just have a wee dive in. Cheers. It's really prominent on the hops. I can taste the malt. The malt's quite nice. It's not very smooth. It's a little bit harsh. It's a wee bit chapping. Wee bit chapping on the chaps. And saying that, I would imagine that Motuti hops. I always get that with Motuti hops. I get that that rind, grapefruit rind coming through. Which I do enjoy, but when I make the barley wine, I won't have any of that in there. This is just to see how my equipment goes and how this beer turns out. It's only been in the bottle. It's been in the fridge a week, and it was conditioned for 3 weeks in the under 20 degrees. I did some sums on. That's very nice. Yeah, another. As I say, I've bottled them, so I'll probably put them away. I've bottled them, and once that's a couple of months in the bottle, in a cool place in the garage, I think that's going to mellow right out. But in the meantime, hopefully, if I'm up to it, next week or the week after, I save my yeast. My yeast slurry for the next brew. So hopefully I can put that and do another one with some sparging and end up with about, as I say, maybe 15, 16 litres, and I'll see what the ABV is. And then for the next one, I will add sugar and some dry malt extract, some light stuff. So that should be good. It's one of those quite Moorish ones, if you know what I mean. I'm very surprised it's this good after only a wee while only a wee while in the bottle. Don't do a lot of bottle conditioning these days, but I've enjoyed doing that. Lacing's fine. I mean, that's pretty good, right? Tastes good. There's no flavours that shouldn't be in there. The glass, I did a salt wash with the glass. Wet the glass inside, sprinkled salt inside, just let it sit for a minute, and then got paper towels out and sort of carefully, so that I didn't break the glass and cut my hand, get it in there, the paper towel in there, and scrub it round, rinse it out, and there's no bubbles on the inside. So I think you could call that, what do they say, beer clean. There's no bubbles sitting in there. Yeah. And I have to do a shout out to Mr B's, Mr B Home Brewing beer reviews. Bit of an accolade came his way. He put a beer in. It was a brown. I think he called it a brown stout. And is that into my? Yeah, recording on the computer. he made a brown stout on his equipment at home and put it into a local competition. Won the competition, which is outstanding in itself. But the prize was that the brewery that ran the competition are going to put his beer in and make a commercial version of it, right? I think he's going to be involved in that. And then there's going to be a festival, and his beer is going to be available at the festival. So, when you think about well done, Mr. B, that's very, very good, very outstanding achievement, for home brewers. There you go. You can make really good beer. It'd actually be interesting to hear how the brewery handles his beer and what sort of a job they make of it. So it's just interesting to note that it can be done. We can make really, really good beers, commercial quality beers. So I think that's absolutely fantastic. So kudos to you, Mr. B. Well done. So that's it for me. First homebrew video in a long time. So anyway, thanks for watching. Hopefully there's going to be some more to see how things go for my health and whatnot. Been struggling a bit with, the usual fatigues and my arthritic issues have come back, not to mention prednisone withdrawals, and it's just been a nightmare lately. But anyway, it's always looking forward, always moving forward, and not letting it get the better of me. Really happy that I managed to do this. Couple of months ago, I think it was, when I actually brewed it. It might have been 6 weeks ago. I managed to get out there. I ordered the grains, and they sat in the brewery until one morning I woke up and said, "Today's the day." I got out there, and same with the bottling. I got it bottled, and thank God there was only 11 litres to bottle. Probably 9 or 10 litres to bottle, because I was absolutely stuffed after that. But got it done, got it in the fermenting fridge to bottle condition, and yeah, hey, listen, that's great. I'm happy with that. So stay tuned for next time when I come through. I'm going to be heading towards making a good barley wine, be more English style hops, and with a few adjuncts in it to see it on its way. So thanks very much for watching, guys. You take care, and cheers. Yeah, a couple of months in the bottle should be great.